The Cortech factory has a secret. Sounds ominous, doesn't it? Actually, it has a bunch of secrets, and I'm going to share them all with you today. I traveled 11,420 miles, which is about 18,370 kilometers by airplane, bus, car, and I think even moped, but I might have been jet lagged, to go to Indonesia to see the Cortech facility and show you the entire thing unrestricted. Now, the first thing you need to understand is that the PT Cort factory in Indonesia does over 1 million guitars a year, but it doesn't do it in one large building. It does it with 10 different buildings, with 2,500 employees making over a dozen different brands. And the biggest secret is that there's different qualities, different levels, and different buildings for those qualities and levels. And I'm going to break it all down to you right now. So let's start by going to the Acoustic factory, where they make 25,000 guitars a month. And these are the affordable instrument level. With an acoustic guitar, where essentially it still has to be a handmade product, these workers work extremely fast and diligent to keep the quality high. Guitars like this are considered affordable student grade instruments, and to see this kind of level of quality and care put into it was really impressive. And actually, let's be honest, the speed was very impressive to watch as well. What you're watching here is a top of a multi-laminate acoustic guitar that, again, is going to be helping somebody at a student level start their guitar journey. And I just want to show you how she does this at such a great speed. And I have to just say, even in a high volume factory, I have to say this is craftsmanship. This could easily just be a decal and they wouldn't have to do any of this. But of course, they're trying to make a quality instrument, and it comes across. That is not something I expected to see. I thought I would see decals, to be honest with you. To give you a reference, the time it takes her to prep the top, put the glue in, put the binding in, clean the binding, then wash off the extra glue is exactly 1 minute and 30 seconds. So she's making one of those tops every minute and 30 seconds. Another shocking thing is how they track all this. They use QR codes. I've seen some factories do this. Music Man does this, where they actually know where in the production parts are. This is pretty impressive to watch. Now, like I said, even though there's a ton of handwork that has to be done, there still has to be a lot of machines. The machines not only make a lot of the parts, they also aid in the process of assembling the guitars. However, QA is different. At the end of it, it still comes back to the people again. The quality assurance that has to happen at the end and checking each guitar and going through them at this level of size is pretty massive at an epic scale. It's really tough to give you a sense of scope and scale, so I'm going to kind of just take a minute and show you different sections, because it's kind of like a maze. Hopefully, like I said, as you can see, it just goes on, and it's just a lot of guitars. It's really hard to comprehend. And in the buildings, there's like compartments or giant rooms, so I'm just going to show you how they connect. This is one section of the building. And then you can see here's another huge section. And if you go down to the end of that and turn right, there's another section. So now that you saw where they build over 250,000 acoustics in one building per year, let's go over to the Amplifier factory. One thing I want to tell you before we go in there is, if you watch my PRS SE factory video, you will see this is where they build all of the imported amplifiers. However, the other brands that are built there, they didn't clear us to show you anything. If you have an amplifier, solid state or tube made in Indonesia, it's probably coming out of the Cortech factory. And let's just say it's some of the biggest amp brands in the world. Now I want to take you from the amplifier factory to the premium factory. And this is where another secret needs to come out. A lot of people, especially on the internet, love to tell you that all the Cort guitars are the same. And essentially, if you got a PRS SE, or if you got a $299 guitar, or if this brand makes it there and this brand makes it there and they're all made the same quality. Well, not only is that not true, but let me explain to you how it really works. Not only do different brands have their own buildings, but their own designated employees for their product and their own wood supplies and parts. I'm going to show you how the levels even work out, starting with the premium factory. The premium factory makes multiple brands, including Cort guitars, and these are guitars that are going to have high-end features like multi-laminate necks, roasted maple necks, and other high-end parts. See, I like my steak like this, but I like my guitar like that. So how do you know if a guitar is made in the premium factory? Well, there's a couple things you're going to notice. Not only, like I said, more premium woods, but this is where you're going to see your mid-tier and upper mid-tier price guitars coming out of Indonesia. Can
I see that one? Is that Steve? Is that Steve's?
Which one?
Is that one of Steve's?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Will you do me a favor?
So this is a perfect illustration of what you could see coming out of this building. This is the Otera guitar, Samurai Guitarist's new brand of guitars. I did a full detailed review. You can click the link down below to see it. This guitar sells for $1,300 US with a deluxe gig bag. Comes with Seymour Duncan pickups, and this will give you an idea of what's coming out of this building when it comes to quality and price points.
He is actually one of our founding members. When we opened up the factory back in 1995, he started working pro.
Nice to meet you.
So that employee has been there for 30 years when this factory opened in 1995, and that's how long Cort has been building guitars in Indonesia. And they said this is the most difficult building because it has one of the highest volumes with one of the highest qualities. In other words, they make really premium guitars, but at a massive amount, where the other buildings, which we'll get to, are a lot smaller in size. And of course, the buildings that are bigger are putting out a more lower price point instrument.
So this is another new model that we are launching. The two-neck guitar.
Oh yeah, always grow. Oh, roasted maple.
Then one more.
What was interesting about this visit was they said some stuff that I thought was really interesting and put to me differently than some other factories have put things. For instance, they were talking about the guitars that are neck through and set neck versus bolt on and what the major expense difference was. And a lot of times we discussed the wood, obviously longer pieces of wood for the neck through is an expense, it is, but they were talking about it in a cost of just manufacturing. And one of the biggest expense differences from a guitar that's not a bolt on is that when you have a bolt-on neck instrument, you can be painting the body at the same time somebody's fretting the neck and somebody's working on electronics that can be dropped in. That's all done at the same time. Where if a guitar has a set neck or a neck through, while the neck's being fretted, it can't be painted. And while it's being painted, it can't be fretted. So that's one of the things that helps them drive down the price when they get a bolt-on neck. They even pointed out that gluing the neck versus screwing the neck on doesn't really have a huge price difference. It really is just the time it sucks up having the guitar be one piece for a longer period of time. A couple things worth noting in this building is that not only do they use some more high-end tier woods, this is also where they're going to use a lot more premium electronics and components like Fishman pickups, but also it's where they're going to use stainless steel frets.
Stainless steel, and I think this one also has a laminate.
So this is important. So they will do stainless steel frets for either the Cort guitar line or other brands if that's something they request. So they have that facility. And since we're talking about that, let's talk about some of the tools we see here. I noticed that we saw a lot of Music Nomad tools in this facility, especially with the nut files being a highly used tool, which is interesting to know because you always wonder if they're going to use something specialized or something different, especially since the volume. They found that the Music Nomad tools took a huge beating when it comes to the nut files, which I think is important to think about. Just like the Music Nomad nut files, another tool I saw in all the buildings that you'll see consistently is a Shinwa machinist ruler. And these are very good tools and very affordable. So I'll put a link to these rulers and to the other tools. So if you guys decide to buy anything, it supports trips like this. Now I'm going to take you from the premium factory to the master factory. The master factory is the highest level of guitar that Cortech makes for either itself or other brands.
Compared to other factories, this factory has much lower production output, so they can pay more attention to detail. And the main goal of this factory is to make guitars that can compete against, let's say, USA-made guitar price point.
So like June says, this building exists to compete with high-end USA or even made in Japan guitars. And you can see where it starts. Obviously, when we looked at the other wood samples from the other facilities, there was a lot more wood. There's a lot less wood here. It's more select. It's dried a little better. Everything starts with a premium approach. This building specifically, to me, besides the PRS SE building, looked the most like what I've seen in the US when I look at USA manufacturing. Even down to using robotic systems to paint the guitar so that the finishes are perfectly applied and ultra thin like you've seen with really some of the most high-end guitar manufacturers. You could tell this is where they have a lower amount of employees. They spend a lot more time on each instrument, and this is their most premium tier in every category. Now, again, whether they're making it for another brand or themselves. Now, to give you a reference of what you'd be seeing coming out of this building, Guitars, depending on the brand coming out of this building, are going to start somewhere between $1,500 and go all the way up to $3,000 and anywhere in between. And now we're going to go from the Master Factory to the Deluxe Factory. And so this is where price point is definitely the key, but I know what you're thinking. This is where that guy on YouTube told you that all Cort guitars are the same. Well, there is something that all the buildings do have in common. Every single employee plays the exact same song.
That's the most popular song in this factory.
Yeah.
On all the guitars.
Yeah, I'm forever ruined from that now. You're right.
Cort's Deluxe Factory looks, I think, the most like what you picture when you picture Cort guitars. They're making a lot of electric guitars, and it kind of reminds me a lot of the Ensenada factory for Fender in Mexico. The wood supply is much bigger, and keep in mind, all these factories are fed from a huge warehouse of wood. Again, when you go there, it's mass scale, lots of things happening, lots of people sanding. It's just a large process, and you can tell, just like a mass-produced factory, it's producing just a lot of things at the same time. These guitars are definitely lower tier price points. Guitars in this factory will kind of hit you from about $299 to $399 up to about $699. Just for a second, I thought I'd take note to the same tools again on the benches. The brand is going to be a huge command of what price point it gets, but I'm giving you some just ideas of price point. This is still high quality. There is some higher tier guitars still made in this building. And this is where, like I said, there's so much confusion on the internet. What you picture is a big building making all these brands guitars the same way and just slapping different decals. But what I discovered being there was they have multiple buildings that can do multiple different levels of manufacturing. And that's probably what's making them more successful than anything else. The fact that they can do entry level to high-end guitars and anywhere in between. Now, another high-end building is the Strandberg building. I want you to hear what Ola Strandberg told me on the podcast about Cortech guitars and why it put me on a journey. It took almost 3 years to get permission to come here and film.
So you make a checklist of your guitar. There's a lot of elements going on. The multi-laminate neck, the stainless steel frets.
A lot of the factories, they're out to make a quick buck and make simple guitars that work, or you make them the same way as any other guitar. It's just a different shape or new color set or whatever. So we actually, I mean, we've looked around everywhere, visited tons of different factories until we found one that had the mindset and the desire to push the envelope and that were willing to make the investments to take us on, because it's more than receiving the CAD files and press enter. PT Cort have been really just an amazing development partner throughout the years, and invested a lot in processes, in people, and we've been part of that journey and tried to support that more than just customer supplier relationship, but really build this more as a partnership.
So that's going to bring us to PSE. PSE is where they actually build all the pickups, 8,000 pickups a day. This is another thing that's very confusing on the internet. I hear people saying that they may only make inexpensive, cheap pickups, but again, they can build whatever the brand requests. What I noticed was they can make everything from a ceramic magnet, Alnico 5, Alnico 8, Alnico 2, wax potted. Do you want it semi-penetrated wax potted? Whatever you request, they can build. If you watch my Paul Reed Smith SE factory tour, you'll see that PRS specifies every detail of the pickup down to minute details, and PSE is able to do it. So as you can see, they use different buildings for different levels of quality and different brands. They use different levels of wood quality for different types of guitars. They use different kinds of materials for their components, whether it be hardware or pickups. They do have other buildings that are used solely by other brands, where they build 100% of that brand in those buildings. There's also a packaging building and a parts building. Another building that's not being seen here is the PRS SE building, which I did a full detailed video of, and you can click that video either at the end of this video or in the description down below. But here's a bonus piece that wasn't in that factory tour that I thought would be cool to see here. This is something that they do at the PRS SE factory when painting guitars.
Electrostatic spray, it's on a conveyor system. You can see basically the timing of this is such that in between your passes, the rotation of this room with the conveyor gives you the proper flash time between your coats.
Now explain electrostatic spray.
It's a grounded system. You got a positive and a negative electrical charge, and the dispersion of the spray, it's almost like it's a magnetic attraction that creates a very even spread across the body.
In other words, they can get a really even, thin coat on the guitars, so they resonate more. Now, when it comes to other brands that have their own buildings or that are being built in the buildings here, let me tell you a couple things. There are 4 other brands that have their own buildings, and although I'm not allowed to tell you what those brands are, I can tell you a couple things. Even though there's a lot of rumors about who's made by Cortech and who's not, what I can tell you is a couple things that will hopefully enlighten you. Cortech is the name of the company. PT Cort is the name of the factory in Indonesia, and Cort is the brand of guitars and amps that they make. However, there's only 2 facilities that Cortech owns and operates. One in Indonesia and one in Dalian, China, which makes only acoustics and hollow body guitars. And like I said, everything that Cort is currently making for themselves and other brands is either coming out of Indonesia or out of the Dalian, China factory. To the question of, is a brand going to have a guitar built there and just using the reputation of Cortech, kind of bump up their pricing? Or is the brand just going to say our guitar is worth more just because our name's on it? Sure, of course. That's why we have to be educated consumers. But the most important thing is that you can see there is a reality. In other words, yeah, they can make a guitar that's $299 and they can make a guitar that's $2,500. Big takeaway is there's a higher quality of workmanship. There's higher quality standard of wood. There's a higher quality standard of components like stainless steel frets or true temperament frets. The other thing that's important is the work culture. Now, if you watch my PRS factory video, I hope you do. I hope you watch these too, because again, it kind of shows. I have to say is as much as I was impressed with the Cortech buildings, all the buildings, I got to tell you that the PRS building just felt different. There's a lot of reasons. If you watch that factory video, you can compare and contrast these two. I believe that this relationship that they've built together with PRS and Cortech, I think it's going to be mutually beneficial in a lot of ways. I really enjoyed hanging out with the employees. Definitely were proud of their work and hard workers.
Quality,
System,
system.
and happiness.
Oh, the words are right there.
That's when you have a year-end party, we always cheers. Quality, system, happiness. That's how we toast.
Nice.
I also want to take a second and thank Cort Guitars and PRS Guitars for letting me come out and film for 2 days and learn so much about the factory. I hope this was interesting and enlightening. I wanted to break it down in a way that made the most sense. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out to the end of the video. It really means the most to me, more than anything else. And till the next time, know your gear.